How to lose weight as a 62-year-old woman weighing 72 kilograms, 150 centimeters tall is the exact question Debbie asked me on my last video. But before we get on with the video, please give me 20 seconds of your time. Please subscribe to the channel, okay? Because I'll be posting more videos like this, more workouts as well, a lot of weight loss tips, etc. And also, if you want your example done, okay, if you want an exact plan like this, please comment down below your age, height, weight, your gender, and what you do for exercise every week, okay? I'll do an exact video like this for you, and you'll have a plan that you can go away with and do and help you lose weight, okay? Also, like this video if you find value in this, and don't forget to grab my guides below, subscribe to my newsletter. Right, now onto the video. Okay, so this is what Debbie said to me. Please, can you help me? I have tried counting calories. I lose a couple of pounds, then the next week I put that plus more back on. I'm 72 kilograms, 150 centimeters. I do 12,000 steps Monday to Friday. This is very important, okay? Then 5,000 steps Saturday and Sunday. Okay, Debbie, right. First things first, let's sort out your nutrition, okay? So after plucking your numbers into the Harris-Benedict formula, your BMR, basal metabolic rate, is at 1,330 calories, okay? That's without any exercise. So this is how much your body burns at rest without doing anything, and that's quite normal for a person of your height, okay? Now, onto your daily expenditure, how much your body will expend, okay? So what are your maintenance calories? So we multiply that number by your activity level. It was very hard for me, okay, because you are an older person, so the activity level is also slightly different because your metabolism will be lower. So I put your activity level on the lower side, okay, of things, so 1.375, but let's do a range, okay? So your maintenance calories will be between 1,800, 1,900 calories, okay? So if you eat between that range on a daily basis, then you should be maintaining your current weight, all right? So it's not always black and white, okay? There are ranges that we can work with, all right? So just remember that. Now, Debbie, for you to start losing weight, okay, what we need to do is put you on a deficit of about 400 to 500 calories, okay, per day, for the next 2 months or 8 weeks. Sounds better, 8 weeks, doesn't it? So that will help you lose 5 kilograms in the next 8 weeks, all right? So what you're going to have to do is eat 1,400 calories for the next 8 weeks. This is daily, okay? And you should be losing about 0.4 kilograms daily. So what you can do is take your weight every day, each morning before food, after you've been to the loo. Don't worry, because your weight will show fluctuations. You'll be up and down, that's normal. But as long as the trend over the 2 months is going down, we're good, okay? So, like I said, that's gonna help you lose 0.4 kilograms per week, okay, in the next 8 weeks, so a total of 5 kilograms. Now, onto your macro split. What we need to do with your macros. So, 1,400 calories, we're going to have to be eating 100 grams of protein. And this might seem like a lot, okay, for a person of your height. However, as an older person, protein, not just an older person, but an older woman, okay, protein is so important, okay? If you never prioritized protein when you were younger, now is the time. It's never too late, okay? So please, let's have your protein in the range of 90 to 100 grams, okay? I'll give you that leeway. That way it's a bit easier for you to manage, okay? But I want you to try and be hitting 100 grams of protein daily, okay? I'll do a video on how to hit 100 grams of protein a day as well, just for you, just so you can have that help, okay? And see, actually, it's not that hard, even without any protein shakes, okay? It's very achievable. You just have to eat the right foods. Now, 100 grams of protein, 55 grams of fats, okay? Your fats are still very important because as women, you know, even though maybe you've been through menopause already, most likely, you still need fat for your hormonal balance, okay? 125 grams of carbs. Seems like very little, but like I said, you are a short person, okay? So this type of diet is normal for us to lose weight, okay? So this is the first stage. I'm talking about the first 2 months for you, Debbie, okay? So 1,400 calories daily for the next 8 weeks. And I'm super happy that you do your steps, okay? Your steps are amazing. But what worries me a little bit is that over the weekend, you drop your steps to 5,000 steps a day only, Saturday and Sunday, which doesn't really make sense, okay? I don't know what your schedule is like, but ideally, I would prefer for you to do at least 8,000 steps on the weekends, okay? Here's why. I feel like for you, the weekend is a time to kind of, have fun. And probably your diet isn't as good as it should be on the weekends. It's very easy to undo the progress that you do in the week just over the weekend, okay? Depending on how much you're eating, what you're eating, and how much movement you have. But it's very easy to do that, okay? So what we need to do, consistency is key. I don't want you to stop doing your 12,000 steps daily, Monday to Friday. If that is something that you find achievable and you enjoy, and you find that it doesn't really cost you anything, please keep doing that, okay? If you find that it's not super achievable and you feel exhausted from it, we can always do 10,000 steps, 8,000 steps, as long as it's consistent, okay? Because consistency is key. Because if you're telling me you're doing 12,000 steps daily Monday to Friday, but it turns out that actually it's not every day, then really, well, we have to work on that consistency, yeah? That's the key. So let's work on that. And then your tracking. You said you've tried tracking and it seems to not work. So counting calories. Right, let me know how you actually counted calories. MyFitnessPal is a great tool for tracking calories. However, with my clients, when we do weight loss, we do not track, okay? Well, we track but differently. Let me show you quickly one of my clients' food diaries. So we do food diaries because counting calories is can be very time consuming, okay? Once you learn it, it's fine. But for a lot of people, it's just another thing that you have to do. With my clients, what we do, we take pictures, okay, of our food daily, okay? And then I can roughly see how many calories they're eating on a daily basis, okay? So if you want to keep yourself accountable, you can do this sort of diary for yourself, okay? Obviously, it's a bit harder to stay accountable to yourself, but if that's what you need to do, then this is the way to go, all right? But you have to have some knowledge of nutrition, which is the hard bit. But sometimes just making yourself accountable to taking pictures and seeing actually what you're eating will make you realize that actually your diet is not that great, okay? And it will make you think about the food that you're eating. Counting calories is great. Very technical, and on MyFitnessPal especially, there's a lot of different choices of foods, right? So you don't have just one type of chicken breast. There's different types. You can't just go and pick a generic recipe. Let's say you're having lasagna and you just click on a random recipe on there. You have to make sure that if you're making something at home, you create those recipes exactly with the exact measurements you used in your recipes on your app, okay? So there's a way to create recipes on the app. Also, let me know if you want me to show you how to use MyFitnessPal, I will, okay? Let me know if you'd like a video on that. But you have to make sure that your weight and your macros are spot on, okay? So like I said, you can't just use generic recipes from the app because these are other people's recipes, okay? You have to use the exact ones that you're eating. If you're eating a Tesco meal, you scan the barcode, all right? So that's the key. And a lot of the times people say that when they tracked, they tracked everything perfectly to the T. But that is often the problem with tracking. Oftentimes people just use a generic recipe, or maybe they're not weighing out their food properly. You have to weigh your food if you're going to track your calories. But like I said, it's possible to lose weight without tracking, okay? Taking pictures is a way to go, but then you have to have some knowledge, okay, of your macros, of what you need to be eating, how much, okay? I know it's obviously very hard for me to fit everything into one video. Okay, Debbie, so I'm including my guides down below, okay? My nutrition guide, my strength training guide, my home training guide, okay, please have a look at those because they will help you so much. Those nutrition guides, they're perfect, okay. It's very hard for me to go into all the details, okay, that I need to for you to be able to make this process as easy as possible for you. But it takes a bit of trial and error, okay. So what you need to do, let's just recap, okay. Let's stick to your 12,000 steps every day, Monday to Friday. I want you to try and go for 8,000 steps on the weekend, okay, as well. That's going to be key. 1,400 calories for the next 8 weeks. Also, Debbie, one last thing. You need some form of strength training. You don't have to go to the gym. It can even be twice a week, okay? With a pair of dumbbells, even to start off body weight at home, some squats, some push-ups on your knees, some bent over rows, planks, okay? You can start off with body weight and then buy a couple of dumbbells and start training at home. The thing with weight loss, okay, a lot of people think that it's just about losing fat, okay? No, it's about gaining muscle. Muscle is a much more metabolically healthy tissue. So what's muscle gonna do is help you burn more calories at rest. So that way, when you have a bit more muscle on your body, you don't have to be starving yourself forever, being on a calorie deficit. You'll be able to eat at maintenance and still maintain a healthy weight. That is the goal, okay? Now, going back to just recapping tracking, you can either do MyFitnessPal, which let me know if you want a video on how to use that exactly, because like I said, a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. They don't weigh their food out. So if you're going to use it, please make sure you weigh your food out exactly, okay? Make sure you're using the exact foods that you're eating. Make sure you put your recipes on there, okay? If you're making a lasagna, make sure you weigh every single ingredient out. It's very time consuming, but once you have that library, okay, of recipes, life becomes so much easier. So it just takes a bit more effort in the beginning and then it's smooth sailing, okay? Or you can take food pictures, okay? That should help as well. But like I said, you will need a bit more nutrition knowledge to know if you are eating the right amount of macros, okay? If you are eating the right amount of food. So it can be hard on your own. If you can get someone to help you work on it, then that would be great. And also in terms of your strength training, you can always get a personal trainer as well to help you with that. But if you want to do it on your own, I think this is a great plan for you to follow. Might seem like a lot, okay? Might feel a little bit overwhelming, but just take it one step at a time, okay? One day at a time. Do one thing every day. You know, let's input one recipe on MyFitnessPal. Okay, so little things, little tweaks. Over time, these little habits will accumulate, right? So let me know if you enjoyed this video. I really want to hear from you, okay, about your progress. How's that going? What are you planning on doing? Let me know. If you want me to clarify anything, I will. Let me know if you want that MyFitnessPal video. I'll film that for you. And also don't forget to grab all the guides down below. Those will help you out a lot. Subscribe to the channel, like the video as well, and I'll see you on the next one.